Rogue tier, we still winning. Magic card, oh, we extending. Dark Law, he still contending. Sunrise, your lights in it.
Yugi peoples, welcome to the commentary once again. This right here will be my round 3 match. It is a XYZ battle. It's going to be me versus the Exosisters. So he's going to start off with one here. When he normal summons it, I believe it allows him to special summon another one. And I know Martha activates in hand. So, you know, having this imperm, I'll go ahead and just decide to imperm it here and hope that he doesn't have a follow-up, since he started off with that. And he does not have the follow-up. So now it shall be my turn. I'm trying to decide, you know, what to do, how to go about this, how to play this, because I know they play a lot of trap cards. So I'm trying to take into consideration what the trap cards could be, because I know one of them allows them to banish some kind of way, but I'm not exactly sure how it works too much. So I summoned the Solid Soldier there, and it's going to go ahead and get impermed, which, you know, kind of sucks. We just impermed each other, and as you can see, I did have Shadow Mist in hand. But, you know, one of the cool things about this deck, you know, is having those free extender cards like the Shade Brigandine, and also having instant contact. And like at this point, I'm just trying to decide which hero monster would be, you know, which XYZ monster would be like most effective in this matchup, so that I can remove the ones that I don't think will help too much with this Pot of Prosperity. Then really at the beginning of this turn, I was really debating whether I should start off with summoning Solid Soldier, or should I start off with Pot of Prosperity to see like if I could get something, you know, to get out of that. But he has the Ash on the Pot of Prosperity also, so we do just go with the instant contact. We're gonna go ahead and make Babushka in attack position. I'm gonna attack over his monster, and he didn't have a trap card to stop it. But, you know, basically at this point, I just wanted to make Zeus, because I figured if he does, you know, get 2 of the Exosisters out on the board this coming up turn, I can go ahead and just board wipe them and, you know, get that done. So he's gonna start off with, I think it's Exosister Vadis, which allows him to special summon 2 Exosister monsters from the deck. And because it puts 2 of them out on the board, you know, of course I'm just gonna have to go ahead and Zeus here and, you know, go ahead and get rid of those, because if I don't and he makes the Exceed monster, when it gets special summoned, you know, it has like a banish effect. So we get rid of the Dolphin and the Solid Soldier, and he's going to steal. He drew another Exosister in order to be able to make this play. He goes into Mikalis to go get Pax, and yeah, now it's not looking all that great. My Zeus gets banished. He's going to go Pax, and I didn't realize that Martha would also work if he just had an XYZ on the board. So down comes Martha also, and at this point, you know, there was a discussion that we had like at the end of the match where he had forgot that, you know, I had taken the 1k damage from the instant contact, and he actually could have killed me right here, because this Michaelis can attack twice, and he said that he had another Exosister monster, I believe, that could increase the attack power of that one, so he could have actually like OTK'd me here, but, you know, he didn't think about it. I think he was kind of like getting back into the groove of Yu-Gi-Oh, just like I am, and, you know, when you're doing that, you know, you just kind of play mistakes that you wouldn't normally make. So here, I do believe I drew the emergency call for turn. We do still have that Shadow Mist in hand. I know that this guy has, you know, multiple effects, because he gets to like switch out after if he banishes or something like that. So I'm just trying to decide, you know, what is the best way to go about trying to handle this. I'm going to start off with the emergency call there to go ahead and go grab. I really wanted to grab my Solid Soldier, of course, so that I could get out my Shadow Mist, but that's not going to happen. We're going to go ahead and grab Stratos. I'm going to activate Stratos' effect to go and grab my Spirit of Neos, because, you know, I need some kind of backup plan to help me survive for next turn. And one of the things that, you know, that comes with playing heroes is like you got to know when to bluff and when not to. So I'm gonna actually do something kind of strange here. I asked for the attack of the card. I'm gonna go into the battle phase, and I'm actually going to attack into the Michaelis just to see if he'll let it happen. But yeah, of course he doesn't allow that to happen, and I'm gonna go ahead and set a bluff. Try to. It's called by the grave, which really ain't doing too much. He's gonna activate its effect to go ahead and try to banish my call by the grave, which it still should be banished anyway, my bad. But we're going to go ahead and banish the Martha. That way, in case he drew another one, he wouldn't be able to use its effect. He's going to have the Martha. He did have the Martha. He's going to summon it in attack position. You know, good call on the Gall by the grave. It should be banished. I didn't take it out. And he attacks with the Martha. I'm gonna go ahead and special summon out the Spirit of Neos from my hand, and because he used the Exosister's effect to banish my Call by the Grave, he doesn't have the effect to banish my Spirit of Neos, and y'all know it cannot be destroyed by battle. So you know, yeah, pretty good plays to try to keep myself in the game here. He's gonna go ahead and make Zeus. For some strange, odd reason, I'm not sure why that happened. Oh, because when it doesn't have materials, it can't use the banish effect. So he goes ahead and puts Zeus on it so that he have a big body on board. But, you know, one of the things that most people don't know if you haven't seen me play this deck is that I do play Big Eye off inside of here. So I'm going to bring out the Big Eye. I'm going to activate his effect. I'm going to steal the Zeus and attack over the Martha and... Or actually, yeah, go ahead and summon the Shadow Mist so that we can attack with the Zeus, attack with the Shadow Mist, and you know, hopefully be able to put this game in a good winning position for me. We're gonna mass change the Shadow Mist there to go ahead and make Dark Law, and then we'll pick up a follow-up for next turn, which will be the Elemental Hero Graceful Charity. So it looks like we're in a really good spot to win the game, and because of XYZ did do battle this turn, I was thinking, oh no, I could summon my Zeus, but I can't because he summoned it, and you know, somehow through a couple of buffs, we're end up being able to win that match. Now, going into game 2, I did not activate D-Shifter on my opponent's turn, so you know, I was main decking Shifter. I did side it out because I'm playing against Exosisters, and I know that D-Shifter doesn't have an effect on him. But as you can see, my opponent, having no idea what I'm playing, goes ahead and drops the D-Shifter on me. And yeah, it's just not going to make a difference at all. But he's got the packs to go get the Martha. And the Martha's about to come down here and start doing, you know, Martha things. You know, it's their big starter. But he's going to start off with the Pot of Prosperity for 3 first. He did just search for the Martha. He allows me to cut. He's got another Exosister and an Imperm and what was the other one? Another Pax, but I do believe that Pax is only once per turn. So, you know, I figured that his hand must be really good here. You know, especially since he's already got the Martha. So now I have to deal with Martha and the Imperm. And, you know, I think I only sided out the 3 D-Shifters for this match. I basically replaced the 3 D-Shifters with 3 evenly matches. You know, kind of what I did since I figured that I would be going second. Because I'm pretty sure they like to go ahead and set up, you know, their little board to stop graveyard stuff before their opponent gets a chance to, you know, use the graveyard to their advantage. So he goes ahead and activates the Gerbil effect here, Exosister Gerbil, and he's gonna start, you know, trying to do stuff. And I think I'm not sure what was going on there, why we had to read the card, if I had a question there. But down comes another sister, and that sister's effect, because I'm trying to decide what to Imperm here. He brings down another one of the sisters, and I think this was the match where I did something like really weird. It's one of those situations where I was like, hey, I won game 1 if I do something a little bit weird, you know, it's not too bad because I can still, you know, be able to have a game 3. So as y'all can see, I had imperm inside of my hand, but I really wanted him to use the effect of his XYZ monster so that I could steal it, because I also have triple tactics talent. So yeah, I'm really trying to get him to activate the effect of that thing so that I can steal it with triple tactics talent. So we're gonna go ahead here, activate the emergency call to go grab my Spirit of Neos in case, you know, things really end up going wrong here and not the way that I want them to. You know, which is actually like a really bad call, because this XYZ monster is one of the few monsters that can get rid of him pretty easily. So now we also have the lightning storm. You know, I actually probably sided out the 3D shifters for the 3 lightning storms, and we're gonna lightning storm here, and he's trying to decide, you know, if there's any point in activating the other trap cards that he has down. I just assumed that they were Exosister cards, you know, and that the other one is how do you say, imperm. And you know, at this point I forgot that, you know, like if you look at my graveyard, you know, not that the cards in the graveyard actually like make a difference because they're spell cards, but I forgot to banish them with shifter. And yeah, it's all good though. So we're going to normal summon the solid soldier, activate his effect to special summon our boy Shadow Mist, and we're gonna go ahead and grab the mass change. I know that his monster does not does not target when it uses the banish effect, so you know, I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of that. You know, I asked my opponent, do you wish to do anything here after I start looking at my XYZ deck? That way, you know, I can be like, hey, maybe I can go ahead and get him to trigger the XYZ monster. So I'm really trying to find a way to get him to activate it so that I can steal it and put Zeus over the top of it. You know, I'm trying to get the attacks of those cards. I'm going to go ahead and use these 2 in order to make the Time Thief. You know, without the trap card, it's not as effective. And there we did realize, you know, that the stuff is all supposed to be banished. Not that that stuff really makes a difference. He's going to go ahead and activate the effect when I try to attack. And I'm going to go ahead and chain the effect of my Time Thief Redoer and he's going to use that effect to switch out to Michaelis, and my Time Thief Redoer will leave the board. I'm trying to get the chain links and stuff resolved correctly. And, you know, he says it's not going to all happen at one time, so the Michaelis will not be able to banish the Time Thief Redoer as per how we figured out. So now, you know, I'm trying to figure out, like, there's like a little discussion here where we go and try to decide like exactly when he decided to activate the effect of the thing, because I tried to go into battle phase and he was like, before battle I want to do this. So I was trying to, you know, ask, is it before the actual enter of the battle phase, or did you activate it, you know, still during main phase? You know, I asked 2 or 3 times just to make sure. I don't know if he knew exactly why I was asking that question, but you know, he's you know, upright, fair player. He goes ahead and admits that he did it in the main phase, and you know, triple tactics talent is gonna come down now. I am going to steal that Michaelis. I'm going to attack into one of his Exosisters, and because we are playing an XYZ deck ourselves, we are able to lay that Zeus on top of it. So yeah, that lightning storm and this triple tactics talent really gonna put an end to it. You know, I could have also did that turn completely different, because I did start off with the imperm inside of my hand, and I could have just impermed the XYZ monster, then lightning stormed. As you can see, there's the imperm right there. I could have just impermed it and, you know, set up my own Zeus play and board wiped them. But I think what I really wanted to do was be able to steal his monster so that I could have the Zeus effect on his turn and not have to play it on my turn, which I think there's still a way I could have did that. You know, this turn could have went completely differently, but as y'all can see, D-Shifter didn't really have any effect on me. I don't really care too much for using my graveyard. The only time I'm really, you know, using the graveyard effect is when I'm summoning out Liquid Soldier to special summon in one of them, or if I'm getting rid of my Solid Soldier with my mass change and I have the ability to, you know, to special summon another special summon another hero with his effect. So down comes the pot of prosperity into the packs into Martha, of course, you know, and here she comes down, and I can't remember like what I have face down here in order to stop him from, you know, exceeding and being able to get his way back into this game. I check out their types, and of course we got the Super Poly here, and we got the Garuda. I love Super Poly. Like, that card is so good. It just sucks that it has like such a bad interaction with a hero lives. But that there is my round 3 matchup versus Exosister battle of the XC decks. We got the 2-0. Like I said, that game one, you know, it required a lot of bluffing in order to get there, but somehow we were able to pull it out with that big eye play. And, you know, I had kind of considered taking that out of my deck, but, you know, it's a pretty good card, so I should probably just leave it off in there. But, you know, the thing I do hate about it is that once you use its steal effect, you can't attack with it, which means you can't overlay it with Zeus unless you make another XYZ and attack with it. So, you know, if y'all know a better Exceed monster that I could play that's a rank 7 over Big Eye, please let me know. Like, yeah, because that would, you know, be very helpful. I'm really trying to, you know, get this extra deck done right. But, you know, that'll be my round 3 match. I think the next match that I post will be my top 8 match against Tournament, Bestials or Tournaments. Yeah, I know it's against Tournaments and Mondo. So yeah, that'll be the top 8 match that I will end up posting tomorrow. And I want to say appreciate you to everybody who stayed a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next video. Deck profile coming up in about 2 days or so. I got y'all. Ain't nobody messing with the masked hero, king of games. Mask off, now you see that a hero lives. I pay half and you ask, but I'm winning games. There ain't another hero that surpasses me.